Here at the Bryan Museum, we know the importance of working with our school partners to offer experiences to their students with hands-on learning. And that is why we love it when students come to the Bryan Museum on their school field trips. But we know not all schools have the opportunity to visit in person. And schools that do visit the museum, they want to be able to take that experience back to their classroom. That is why we have taken our educational traveling exhibits and have turned them into mini museums.
So we love bringing the Goodnight Museum over to our campus. Of course, if you're going to a museum, you need a museum ticket. We decided it would be great for our students to have their ticket to access these artifacts, again, that they wouldn't otherwise have access to. Our students have to have these experiences if we're thinking of the global citizens that we want to build. So the exposure to the Goodnight Museum was just that. Our students were able to make real-world connections, especially with the pictures. They were vivid, they were beautiful. Whenever we brought our students over to the Bryan Museum, I think the number one thing that really excited them was to see the curriculum come to life. When the students were looking at the photographs of Goodnight, they were able actually to connect it to their family. They started discussing, oh my goodness, I remember my grandpa holding one of these. Now I understand the purpose of it. In terms of how many students are able to participate and attend museums, a lot of our students only have that exposure by way of the public school system that we have in our schools. Again, our district serves roughly 80% of students who are economically disadvantaged, 60% of students who are at risk. And so ensuring that they have that equitable access is something that we really try to achieve here in Pasadena ISD as well as in Cruz Elementary. But we wanted to make sure that this was realistic and connected to our students, so that's why we chose the Bryan Museum.
So we were really excited to find the Bryan Museum in Galveston, especially with our 4th grade Texas history teaks. And when we found that that connected with our teaks, we were excited to take our kids out there and just really connect that learning and make it real for them. We read about things, we teach them about things, but they don't understand cattle drives and they don't understand these battles because they haven't been there or it's not relevant to their life right now. Putting the words on the page to these artifacts really made it like, oh, I get that. I understand what we just read about. That's really cool. That was important for them.
This is just stage one of us traveling the Bryan Museum outside of our doors. We want to be able to bring more mini museums to schools and districts across Texas.